Bankruptcy. It's a word that evokes images of empty pockets and ramen noodle dinners. But what happens when the people facing financial ruin are billionaires? It's not as simple as cutting back on avocado toast. For the ultra-wealthy, bankruptcy is less about having $0 and more about a complex web of assets, debts, and legal battles. Their lavish lifestyles might take a hit, but they often have enough stashed away to live comfortably, even if it's not in a gold-plated mansion anymore. The real blow for bankrupt billionaires is the loss of control. They built empires and now someone else is calling the shots. Imagine having to answer to a court about selling your private jet or your collection of rare Fabergé eggs. It's a humbling experience, to say the least. But hey, at least they can afford the best bankruptcy lawyers money can buy, right? So, how do billionaires end up in financial hot water? Do they just forget to pay their billion-dollar credit card bills? Not quite. While overspending on solid gold yachts and diamond-encrusted cat toys might play a part, it's usually more complicated than that. Think bad investments, market crashes, and failed business ventures. Remember the dot-com bubble burst? Yeah, that wiped out a few fortunes. Then there's the ever-present risk of putting all your eggs in one basket, or should we say all your billions in one company. If that company tanks, well, you can see where this is going. Of course, we can't forget about good old-fashioned bad decisions. Sometimes, even the smartest people make colossal blunders. Take a gamble on a risky venture, get caught up in a legal battle, or make a series of questionable business choices. Any of these can send a billionaire spiraling toward bankruptcy court. The stories of bankrupt billionaires are often cautionary tales, reminding us that even the most unimaginable fortunes can crumble. Take, for example, Eike Batista, once the seventh richest person in the world. His Brazilian oil and gas empire collapsed spectacularly, leaving him billions in debt and facing corruption charges. Then there's Sean Quinn, once Ireland's richest man. He lost his fortune after making a disastrous bet on Anglo-Irish bank shares, eventually declaring bankruptcy. These stories, though dramatic, highlight the very real possibility of financial ruin, even for those who seem untouchable. But remember, bankruptcy doesn't always mean fading into obscurity. Some, like Donald Trump, managed to claw their way back from the brink, though whether that involved ethical business practices is a topic for another day. These examples show that even in the face of financial devastation, resilience and a bit of luck can pave the path to a second act. Section 4. Ripple Effect. The financial and social impact of a billionaire's bankruptcy. When a billionaire goes bankrupt, it's not just their bank account that feels the pinch. The ripple effects can be felt far and wide, impacting employees, investors, and even entire economies. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? Yeah, that was partly fueled by the collapse of Lehman Brothers, a formerly formidable investment bank. Thousands of people lost their jobs, investors saw their savings vanish overnight, and the global economy took a nosedive. It's a stark reminder that the financial well-being of even a single billionaire can be deeply intertwined with the livelihoods of countless others. Beyond the economic fallout, there's also a social impact to consider. The image of a billionaire losing everything can be unsettling, shaking our faith in the systems that allow such wealth accumulation in the first place. It raises questions about income inequality, economic fairness, and the very nature of success in a system where fortunes can be made and lost in the blink of an eye. Section 5. Bouncing back recovery chances and strategies for the downfallen elite. So, what happens after the dust settles? Can a bankrupt billionaire ever regain their former glory? Well, it's complicated. Some manage to rebuild, learning from their mistakes and leveraging their remaining assets and connections. Others fade into the background, their names becoming cautionary tales whispered in the corridors of Wall Street. The road to recovery often involves a mix of strategies, from selling off assets to restructuring businesses and negotiating with creditors. It's a long and arduous process requiring resilience, business acumen, and a healthy dose of humility. But let's be clear. Bouncing back from bankruptcy is a lot easier when you're starting with millions, not just thousands. The safety net for a fallen billionaire is vastly different from that of an average person facing financial hardship. While their journey might offer lessons in resilience and reinvention, it's crucial to acknowledge the inherent advantages they possess, even in the face of financial ruin. Conclusion: bankruptcy, even for billionaires, is a messy and complex affair. It's a reminder that financial stability, even at the highest level, can be fleeting. While their stories might seem like a car crash we can't look away from, they offer valuable lessons about risk, responsibility, and the potential consequences of unfettered ambition. And hey, if nothing else, they serve as a stark reminder that maybe, just maybe, money can't buy happiness, but it can certainly buy a whole lot of problems.